What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with a pretty big update and something big I wanted to talk to everyone on the channel about. That is my recent journey with CPAP therapy and getting some really good relief at night during my sleep. So I just wanted to share with you some things that work well, some of the benefits I've been experiencing with CPAP therapy, adjusting to it, and just how the whole process went for me. I found the whole process to be pretty challenging to, navigate and figure out how to really get the equipment and get it to work well. So I just wanted to share it with everybody. Thank you so much, and welcome back to the channel. So before we talk about the CPAP machine, I have to talk about sleep apnea. So I've been suffering from sleep apnea for at least 5 years, maybe longer, maybe more like 10. And what sleep apnea is it's a serious sleep disorder in which your breathing at night repeatedly stops and starts. So a big sign for that is if you snore loudly, or if you feel tired, even after a good long full night's sleep. I was going to bed for 8 hours or 10 hours or even 12 hours, and I'd wake up really tired with brain fog and just not feeling good. Many days my anxiety or depression would be through the roof. And even if I got a little bit of sleep, I'd wake up and feel off. I really rarely had a great night's sleep. Even if I worked out or whatever, it just wouldn't work. Some nights I'd have okay night's sleep, depending on if I exercised a lot that day or ate really well. But so what sleep apnea is, it's really a sleep disorder, and you need something else like a CPAP therapy or major lifestyle changes in order to combat that. And really, I think for a lot of people, you need to get the CPAP device. There's a few different types of sleep apnea. There's obstructive sleep apnea, and then centralized sleep apnea. I myself have OSA, that's obstructive sleep apnea. That is the more common form that occurs when your throat muscles relax and your tongue falls back. It tends to block the flow of air into your lungs. So you're actually waking up or not breathing or both, and your sleep is really disrupted. Some of the symptoms of sleep apnea are loud snoring, stop breathing while you're sleeping. You might notice that, you might not notice that. Definitely your partner or whoever you sleep with probably knows it, or your roommate. Waking up with a morning headache or brain fog, that's a huge one. I mean, I've woke up with brain fog for at least the last 5 years pretty severely. Morning headache. Some people have difficulty staying asleep or have insomnia. I never really had an issue going to bed, and I always like going to bed early. But even no matter what time you go to bed, or if you're have insomnia symptoms, really it's the excessive daytime sleepiness. So, I might be tired in the morning, I might be tired in the afternoon, I might come home after work, 5 o'clock or so, and want to take a nap. But the big thing was really the issue with memory. I had a really hard time with my mood and with my memory, and I just didn't feel great. So that loud snoring led me to go to my doctor, who wanted me to get into a sleep study, but the sleep study was over a year out, just to book it, and that was an initial consultation, so I couldn't even get a sleep study. So the steps to get a CPAP machine are an initial consultation with a doctor. Your doctor, an online doctor, any doctor. Then, step 2 is the at-home sleep test, or an in-person sleep test at the hospital. But step 2, you need to have data taken from a night's sleep. I opted in doing all of this through the sleepdoctor.com, where for $189, there was a special. I got my at-home sleep test, which is pretty much, it looks like an Apple Watch that you put on your arm, and you put something on your chest. And I got the data from my sleeping, and it was reported that I was not breathing 20 times an hour, which means I was stopping breathing. And in 8 hours of sleep, I only got 40 minutes of total REM and deep sleep combined. So really, I was not sleeping well at all. Once I woke up and I got the data from my sleep study, that went back to the sleepdoctor.com, and that data was turned in. Then there was a follow-up appointment, which was just through Zoom, Google Hangout. Then they prescribed to me my CPAP machine. The CPAP machine then can be bought through insurance by going to a durable medical equipment provider, which if you look at your insurance information, you can find a durable medical equipment provider near you. They're also called DMEs if you want to Google them. I sent them my paperwork from my initial consultation, my sleep study, my full report, and my follow-up visit with the sleepdoctor.com, where they actually prescribe me the equipment for the rest of my life. I think it's a 99-year prescription. So I turned in those 3 forms to my DME, which was right here in my hometown. They then submitted all that paperwork for me to my insurance, and that is where I got the ResMed AirSense 11 finally. So I cut this whole process down from going through a traditional doctor, which would have been a year just to get to step 1, which is the initial consultation. I cut that down to less than a month. I got the equipment, and for only $189. So it was really a great experience with the sleepdoctor.com. I can't recommend them enough. The only complaint that I have with them is that I did call their helpline, which they did answer. A real person did answer every time I called. I called every day until someone gave me my next step. So there's 3 steps. I called every day until they jam me through to the next step. So even the consultation, getting my sleep data, understanding my sleep data, is this a problem? And they even helped me get the equipment through my insurance. They kind of told me what to do, and everyone at that I spoke to at the sleepdoctor.com, I will put the link below in the description, was super helpful to me. So I just want to talk a little bit about my experience with sleep apnea. If you look up a checklist of symptoms of sleep apnea and you go down them, you're gonna have, if you think you have it, you kind of have it. There's also something about comorbidities. So I had other closely related problems that people have with sleep apnea that also pushed me over to get my prescription that I didn't bring up in my consultation, but I should have. If you're suffering from depression or anxiety, or you're obese, or you're overweight, and those are all symptoms that you should talk to your doctor about, because you might not feel comfortable telling them. You might think it's related to something else, but really it's all tied in to having sleep apnea. So the equipment that I was given was the ResMed AirSense 11. I'll throw a picture up for you right now, but it's really a standard CPAP machine. There's a few different brands. It depends on what your insurance will pay for or your DME will help you get. But there's not much to talk about with this machine. It's super easy. There's a power button on the top. There's a small menu. And then there's a app that goes with your phone called My Air. And My Air is something I wake up and I check every day. And as you can see right there, last night I got a 99 out of 100 score. It tells you about your mask seal. It tells you how long you slept. It tells you how many sleep apnea episodes you had. I got a 99 last night. That's really great. So it just pops up right on your phone. Your insurance company can see this. Goes right to them. The app works great. A little buggy, a little weird sometimes, but for the most part, it's really great. You can share that information with your doctor, and they can see it. But I'll show you just one other thing. Here's my events per hour. You can wake up in the night and see, how was my mask seal last night. You can see right there. you can see right there the mask seal is really good. You can kind of compare it from day to day. But it's just a super easy app to use. That's one of the benefits of going through your insurance, is that you actually get one with a phone app that spits out reports. If you don't do it through your insurance, then you actually have to buy the equipment cash. But the equipment's really easy to use. It's really intuitive. The app actually has some the app has some coaching and stuff like that, so you can actually like get coaching through the app. And so you can get coaching through the app, and you can kind of like, they have videos on how to set it up, how the whole thing works. They also have like an achievement system. You can, if you think something's not working right with your machine, you can pull up your machine in the app and test it out and do a dry run. So it's been really great. And lastly, just a few tips for success with your CPAP if you do follow through and do it. Really the most important thing is being consistent with the machine. The insurance company sets minimums for how long they want you to use it. I think they want you to use it almost every night. But being consistent over time is only going to continue the benefits of heart health and maintaining a healthy weight and having a good mood and being happy and being able to grow and having energy. So using it every night, if that means you have to travel with the machine or budget in some extra time to set it up or break it down, it's a commitment you have to make, and being consistent with the machine is really going to make a big difference over time. The second tip I have is to clean the machine regularly. I think some people, get into the habit of not keeping their mask and their tubing and everything clean, so they don't really feel comfortable using it all the time. Or if you happen to not use it for a day or something and you come back and it's cruddy, you want to be able to clean it. It's very easy to clean. It only takes a few minutes, but having that equipment that's going to be on your face for 8 hours a night clean is really big. And the third tip for success would be to adjust your equipment and your mask and your therapy as needed. It's not a one-size-fit-all for everybody, and some people experience issues with either comfort or using the machine or the pressure. I've experienced a couple small issues myself, but you just need to take note if you're experiencing discomfort at night, or you're waking up and the mask isn't fitting correctly, or you're not breathing okay. Seek advice from the people who help you get the equipment, and there's a ton of people in this world that'll help make that work for you. But just adjusting the equipment as you needed, making updates, try a different type of mask. There's a bunch of different types that'll work for you, but adjusting that. And that's basically it. This is just I wanted to share my story with CPAP therapy. I've had it for 6 weeks now, or 2 months now. So if you or someone is suffering from what might be sleep apnea, or someone snores, or they have trouble with their mood, share this video and try to spread the love with them. A good night's sleep is possible for a lot of folks that just really, get in a tough cycle and you don't know what to do. And sometimes when you talk to the doctor, they don't know what you're experiencing. It's hard to verbalize it in a 20-minute check-in once a year. So hopefully this video will find someone that needs help. Can't recommend thesleepdoctor.com enough. Can't recommend going with a local durable medical equipment provider in your area. They were super helpful to me getting on board on it. So I hope this is helpful to you or someone you know. Please share the video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I want to start producing more content. That's a big goal for me this year. So until next time, thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, please give me some comments, or let me know in the comments, if you had a similar thing, if you have any trouble, I'd be happy to share it. Thank you so much.